When I was a lad, I really liked Christmas, and I was quite a good boy, so I liked getting presents from Father Christmas, and I thought it was great that he would give me presents, but I never saw him. Anyway, this year I decided to get my wonderful tree, Gangleworth, and there he is. He had been in the garden all year. Now, I know that Christmas is about this wonderful chap. He was around for about 3 years, very nice to people, and then they killed him. So, that's not really very good at all. But it was about his birthday, and he was born in a manger as obviously as a little baby, so that's nice. So really, I suppose it's all about a little baby called Jesus who was born on that day. When you look at Christmas, if you put an S on it and put a little gap, you get Christ Mass, and I suppose it's about massing together for Christ. That's one way of looking at it, really. And, that's pretty cool. He was sort of in a manger, so that was nice, and he had some animals around him. You can't see him in the picture. There's his mum, and that was his old man. And anyway, I proceeded to get Gangleworth from the garden. He was well rooted. Now, going back to that little baby, there were some wise men, and they travelled quite a long way following a star to find him. And when they found him, they were very happy, and they gave him some presents. So that's pretty cool. And, they had some fabulous presents. Look at the guy on the right. He actually looks a bit like Father Christmas. So, that's very interesting. But let's go back to this well-insulated gentleman here who sneaks around your house in red clothes. Some people call him Santa Claus. Now, that's quite interesting. Those two words, Santa Claus. Let's have a little think about it. Because I reckon there's something going on there. And maybe Santa Claus isn't quite as nice as we thought, and you really don't want him lurking around your house, that's for sure. Your children are taught to believe in this guy in a red suit called Santa. Now, if you know what an anagram is, then you'll be able to understand this. But here is Santa as an anagram. Lurking around in a red suit. Getting your children to believe in Santa and not what the real message is about this little baby called Jesus. And also, for the record, when you bear that JC was the most documented man in history, back then only 2% of the world could read and write, no phones, no computers, he was only around for 3 years. There's a bit of a battle going on, I think, here. Although Robin Redbreast didn't really care at all, he was a bit more concerned with Bolo, though. What's the clause bit about? It seems to be spelt like clause in a contract. Not clause like a wild animal as such, or a tamed animal, but clause in a contract. So what does that mean, I wonder? Indeed, could the actual clause be that children are taught to believe in a red man that gives you presents if you're good, and the real message is then lost, and then when they're older they think, oh, that's a load of rubbish, Christmas and all that, because it wasn't true. It's very sort of psychology, sort of, how you say that wordy sort of thing. And through the power of an excellent edit, I would say very psychological. So please, parents, for goodness sake, why do you teach your children about this well-insulated man who runs around in your house called Santa? And, why do you do that? Because that's wrong and that's a lie. Do you want to raise your children on lies? Well, you shouldn't do, because if you do, they might lie to you when they're older and you're even older than them. Sorry, I'm losing my voice here. However, losing your voice is the least of your worries. You could lose your soul. Now, that's really scary. Even worse than dragging a tree up a very sturdy piece of wood to get it into one's house. But persistence prevails when all else fails, and I was very successful getting Gangleworth in. It was quite a smooth transition from the outside to the inside, and now all I really needed to do was, decorate him. But I'd do that some other time because I decided that I'd have a little rest after all that work. And I had to congratulate Bolo for his fine efforts as well, because he was such a good dog. So there you go, exciting stuff. Anyway, it's a bit different to my usual video, but I'll be back with them soon. Anyway, be good, take care, God bless, and goodbye.